Okay, Matt, we got the memo about the Kindness Rising promo, but what exactly are we promising people?
And is there craft services? Hey, I need snacks too.
Gentlemen, focus. Kindness Rising multiplies kindness and helps people get up on the right side of the bed.
So wait, we're not doing another angry headline show.
Exactly. We rise above the negative, divisive noise.
Translation, less rage bait, more high fives for humanity.
And this is live, like actually live.
Yep. We go live on YouTube and LinkedIn, 7:30 a.m. Eastern every weekday.
Wait, if it's live, what if I forget my lines?
Then you improvise.
Okay, so our tagline is basically wake up, tune in, and start your day with kindness.
Exactly. Kindness Rising. Good vibes, practical tips, and a reason to get up on the right side of the bed.
You heard the boss. Subscribe now before he makes us do a TikTok dance.
Kindness Rising. Wake up, tune in, and let's make some good noise. Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to Leadership Week here on Kindness Rising. It's Tuesday, and today we are talking about something that every leader needs, but most forget to use: creativity. If your creativity is still waking up right now, same here. We are working on it, though. We are getting up and getting at it. Mine is warming up, and this is Kindness Rising.
This is Kindness Rising.
People say it all the time. I'm not creative. I can't draw. I don't have any good ideas. Have you heard that before? I know I have, but creativity isn't about talent. It's about permission. Permission to explore, to experiment, to play, and to follow the idea that doesn't make any sense yet. I know I've been leaning into that, doing some different things, and it's sparking new ideas and bringing some attention to the page and to my channel. And that's what I love. I love having permission to explore, to experiment, to play, and to follow the idea that doesn't make any sense. Creativity is leadership. It's leadership expressed through imagination. Creativity can be applied to a hobby, but it isn't just a hobby. It's actually your doorway to a pivot, to a transition, to evolution. And it starts with curiosity. Creativity unlocks possibilities that logic alone would never reveal. That's a good one. Absolutely. Just sometimes you got to think a little bit off beat in order to find the right spot. You don't lead creativity, you make space for it, and then creativity leads you. We're going to be talking about creativity here on Kindness Rising this morning. I appreciate everyone who comes out here every day to join us, getting up with a little hope, humanity, heart, positivity, to rise above the noise that's out there in the world. And I see Mike Sullivan. Oh, new handle, huh, Sully? Future life coach. I like that. You know what? You're probably a life coach right now. Yeah, probably everybody that you deal with. I know you're coaching me as you come here and help me every day. Some of the tidbits, bits of information and thoughts that you bring. So life coach isn't a title. It is, you might be able to get certified in it. But the point is that we have reached a certain age in our lives where we can help people. We can coach. We can show people, learn from our mistakes, apply what we have learned in our lives positively too. So you've got the title of life coach as far as I'm concerned, Mike Sullivan. Thank you for coming here every day. And of course, my mother, Roseanne Roof, is over there. I'm back to 2 streams. So I've got horizontal and vertical stream again. For those of you who've been with me on that journey, I've just decided to go back to the old way until I figure out the new way a little better when I have some time to spend on the new system. I understand the Mars system through StreamYard, which is the platform we use, is really good. It's working really well for those people who've had time to figure it out. I just have not yet. So that is what's going on. So I'll connect you. I'll be your glue, Mike Sullivan and Roseanne Roof, in 2 different streams. If you don't see each other's comments, I will certainly be glad to connect you. And everybody else who's out there in Kindness Rising land. Absolutely. Getting up and after it here on this Tuesday morning with Cal and Stan. Let's see what they've got cooking today.
I made album art for our band.
Oh,
yeah.
we don't have a band, buddy.
Okay, then we'll start one.
Yeah. But we don't play anything besides the radio.
How about starting by creating one note? The band can come later or never.
That is absolutely the point, that creativity starts with one step, with one act, logging into the software and trying it. That's what I've been doing. That's how I've been expressing my creativity, playing one note on an instrument, learning one chord on the guitar. We're talking about creativity in the arts, but it doesn't have to just be in the arts. You can use your creativity thinking about business models as an example. How would you draw this? How would you connect the points? I do that a lot. I'm a very visual guy when I'm working, so I'm drawing models and arrows and making marks, and I think that's a form of creativity too for us. How do you show your creativity? What are you doing? How are you applying creativity to your life? Wildcat 253, thank you so much for jumping in and subbing. I appreciate you. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Mike Sullivan's in the chat there with you. I know he's always listening and helping to lead in our chat with great comments. Tell us a little bit about yourself. I'm Matt Roof, the Uncommon Kindness Guy. I come here every morning, 7:30 a.m. Eastern, every weekday morning. Maybe I'll start coming in on the weekends. I don't know. It's a lot to do. But I do come here every weekday, Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. as part of the Mornings in the Lab network, the opener for Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and Friends, the big show that starts at 8 o'clock on YouTube. And we're building a network here. Are you interested in joining the network? Do you want your own live show supported by us? We can help you with all the production, the scripting, the graphics, anything that you need, all the software that drives. There's a lot that goes in behind this, and we've got it licked because Keith's been doing it for 2 years. I've been doing it for 6 months, and we can help you do it too, to bring your best self, to bring your brand. We talk about our eat. You can bring your eat, your experience, your expertise, your authenticity, your trust, and your entertainment to YouTube, to LinkedIn, to Facebook, to X, to Twitch. Name a platform, we'll get you on it. We can figure that out together, but that's what we do. Welcome, Wildcat 253. Appreciate you. And here on Kindness Rising, we always are talking about good people doing good work, because that is our mission, to multiply kindness and unlock growth for people who want to do positive work in the world, that want to contribute, want to build people up and develop our communities and humanity positively in a supportive and collaborative way rather than divisive. That's the culture we're building here in the community at Kindness Rising. And we do it by talking about an organization that's out there leaning into the subject that we are talking about. And today's subject is young audience arts for learning, related to our creativity topic today. This organization is one of the largest arts in education groups in the country. Good morning, everyone who's joining. Pro Magic, K. Jetronic, welcome into Kindness Rising. We're talking about young adults, young audience arts for learning, and their mission is rooted in a simple belief. They bring artists into schools, musicians, dancers, actors, painters, and they turn kids into confident thinkers, because creative confidence becomes leadership confidence. I love that. Not just worrying about the technique and the art behind it, the pen strokes or the molding of the clay or the playing of the music, whatever that is. It's not about technique for young artists, arts for learning. It's about building confident thinkers. And that's what we do here on Kindness Rising every weekday morning, 7:30 a.m. on YouTube.
Follow us here and subscribe to Kindness Rising on YouTube. The pony demands it.
I had a pony. Anybody know that reference? One of my favorite scenes in one of my favorite shows, Seinfeld. Great, great scene of the old Nana with her pony from Poland. Anyway, apparently I'm not hopping on the pony too and asking you to subscribe, and Reggie/Sensei Whiskers wants you to join too before the pony bucks us off. This is Kindness Rising, and we're doing a new little thing this week that we're calling our Be Kind Rewind. A little play on words from the old Blockbuster days, right? This is our Be Kind Rewind, where we take it back to a different time in our lives when we were a little bit different, a little bit more imaginative, maybe. We let our creativity flow. We weren't as modeled by the world and molded into what other people want us to be. We were just being ourselves. And one of those classic things, one of those classic objects that we had as a kid was the Etch-a-Sketch. Who had an Etch-a-Sketch? Who's played with Etch-a-Sketch? Are there any amazing Etch-a-Sketch artists out there? Me Pei, yes, welcome. Hi. Welcome in to Kindness Rising. I am glad you are here with us today. I appreciate you. Absolutely. Jerry Ginger's out there on the horizontal too, along with Roseanne Roof. We're going to get these streams integrated one of these days, but I appreciate everyone that's come out. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit like, hit subscribe. Join us for a little help humanity, heart, positivity, and rising above the usual noise every morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern. Or sometimes we just need to have a sip of coffee to clear our throat. I woke up a little bit scratchy. Mom, I'm fine. You don't have to worry about me. I'm fine. Just a little winter scratchy. I know I'll be getting the call later. Are you taking care of yourself? Take care of your chest. Clear it out. Make sure you're getting your sleep. I love you, Mom. All those things are great advice. Creativity makes you use the other part of your brain. Absolutely. You got to use both your logical and your creative sides of your brains, right and left. I'm sure there's fascinating science around that. Maybe we'll explore that next week. I've gotten away from holy moly. I've gotten away from some of our scientific research as I've been leaning into some more creativity. Frankly, having a little less time available to in my world right now to put in towards Kindness Rising, but I'm putting every moment that I can to make it appropriate and good for you. Tommaso Cognoni, welcome. Appreciate you. Anyway, we were talking about Etch-a-Sketch. I got a little distracted. It happens. Remember the Etch-a-Sketch? I haven't heard a comment about Etch-a-Sketch, but guess what? It had that red frame, those two little dials up, left, right, down. You could make there's some amazing Etch-a-Sketch artists out there. Actually, maybe this will trigger you to do a little research on that. There's some really, really cool things. But you would just scribble around, sometimes try to draw something, sometimes not. And those masterpieces, maybe only your mother could understand them or pretend to understand them, but they taught us an incredible leadership lesson. You can start over without starting from scratch. If it doesn't work, shake it, reset, try again, right? That is how you do it on the Etch-a-Sketch, and that is how we do it in our world, trying things, being curious about things. And sometimes things don't work. So you shake, you reset, and you start again. That is the beauty. The key is to keep going, showing up consistently, trying new things, keeping what works, ditching what doesn't. That is the way we learn and grow on our spiral staircase that we talk about here on Kindness Rising. You're not just going around in a loop. You're not just facing the same problems again through the same lenses every time. You're getting higher and wider as you go up that spiral staircase of life. Absolutely. So I hope a little bit on Etch a Sketch brought back some memories. The idea that you can reset, shake it and reset. Sometimes you got to shake yourself up a little bit somehow. How do you shake yourself up when you're stuck? Maybe you have a little bit of a creative block or just a little brain fog. How do you get that fired up again? I'd like to hear about what you are doing to keep your creativity flowing. And I appreciate every single one of you who joins us here on Kindness Rising. All right. I'm just looking at what I've got lined up for today and trying to figure out if I should flow a little different on the fly here. That is okay. Mike Sullivan, you're using deep breaths to calm the mind and thoughts of gratitude. Two great techniques for recentering yourself, right? Absolutely classic breathing techniques. Just clear your mind when you're getting upset. First of all, the first thing is to be self-aware, right? And identify where you're feeling a little bit off or feeling things aren't right, whatever, right? It's being aware of yourself, aware of your feelings, aware of your thoughts, and then taking some deep breaths. That helps with that awareness. And then leading with gratitude is a beautiful, beautiful idea, Mike. It's so simple, but it is so true. We all have things to be thankful for, no matter what our circumstances may be. Has anybody ever read the book Man's Search for Meaning, Viktor Frankl? It's a pretty famous book. That's what's triggering in my mind right now as I think about thoughts of gratitude and understanding that we have a purpose in life, no matter what our circumstances are, no matter where we are in the world, in our journey, in our life. We have something to give. We have something to give to others. I think it starts with that, thinking about others, getting outside of our own head and realizing that our life does have meaning for the very short time that we are here on earth to do something that can help the rest of the world. Right? Absolutely. And that's what we do right here on Kindness Rising. We bring a little bit of tips and tricks and thoughts about how to live a life of positivity, of kindness, of balance, taking action on these things, not just thinking about it. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We spend so much, just side note, here we go. I'm going aside. We spend so much time. I know I do. My favorite book, but go find something to do for someone else. Get out of yourself. Viktor Frankl, Man's Search for Meaning is your favorite book, Mom? I know we have a copy of it in our house, but I didn't know it was your favorite. Absolutely. I was exposed to it because it was sitting on your table one day, I think, and I picked it up. Anyway, crazy. So, I know what I was saying. I was saying so many times we spend our times thinking about things and we think we're doing something, right? I'm going to apply it to the job I've just recently taken on, which is working in media sales. And I heard a great quote during one of our trainings, which just applies in so many ways beyond just what I'm doing, which the guy said, Thinking about prospecting isn't prospecting. And that was just really, really simple, because so much time we just spend in our head. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it. Just do it. Act. You've got the trust your intuition. Act. Absolutely. Fighting brain fog with brain fog. I choose who to reveal my thoughts. I chose Jerry. I'm interested in what you're saying. You choose who to reveal your thoughts. I reveal my thoughts out loud publicly. There's risk involved in it, of course, and vulnerability, but that's the whole point of going live. I think for me, that's what it is. It's getting outside of myself and not taking myself too seriously. That's definitely a huge benefit of going live, because going live is actually one of the purest forms of creative leadership. It great segue. It exposes everything you normally hide behind: the hesitation, the brilliance, the imperfections, the humor, the intuition, all that stuff, right down to the humanity. When you go live, you discover something magical. Sometimes your creativity kicks in even when you're not ready. It just happens, because you got nowhere to hide. You got to figure it out on the fly. You don't have time to overthink. You don't have time to polish, and you don't have the luxury of hiding. It's a great muscle to exercise for your life. Thinking out loud, connecting in real time, because that's leadership. It's improvisation with integrity. Because when you go live, you practice all kinds of things like creative flexibility, problem solvings, and most importantly, presence, showing up every day. People will feel your energy. If you're grounded, they'll ground with you. If you're inspired, they'll inspiring, they will rise with you. And that is what's happening right here on Kindness Rising. Is everyone who's out there in the chat today subscribes to the channel and joins us every day, 7:30 a.m. Eastern, here on Kindness Rising. Because I know those of you who've been with us all along are just waiting to hear what our wise guru, Sensei Whiskers, has to say today.
Sensei, how do I spark my creativity instead of doubting it?
Stop waiting for inspiration.
Cats don't wait to knock things over.
I know my cats don't wait to knock things over all night long, all day long. There are 4 cats in this house that are using their creativity to redecorate our home. Be like the cat, I guess. Be like the cat. It's just silly. Silly, silly, silly. I love it. All right. Time is flying here on Kindness Rising as we get up this morning with a little positivity, a little hope, a little humanity, a little humor, a whole bunch of coffee. And a whole bunch of coffee. All right. Surgeon does not go about talking about surgery to everyone. That's true. That's true. Absolutely, Jerry Ginger. I don't know if I've got answers or not, uh, um, but I'm interested in what you have to say. Absolutely. That's true, right? Brain surgeon does not necessarily go around talking about brain surgery to everybody. Mom, you're moving furniture again. I'm sure of it. Every day. Every day, something new. That's what I love. You never know. You never know. You're definitely a fidgeter with that stuff. It's fun. So here we are on Kindness Rising, and we always try to give you a little something to walk away with every day. A couple of tips, couple of thoughts, ideas to get your day started with hope, humanity, heart, and creativity today. Here's the ideas that I have for you today on how you can lead your creativity. Follow your curiosity, even if it feels small. If something piques your interest, dig into it, look closer, try it. Try it in public. People want to see you trying things and doing things and learning. It's one way to lead by example. We treat curiosity like a distraction, but what it really could be is our direction. So follow that curiosity, find your way in to doing something new, because curiosity doesn't ask for perfection. All it wants is a little bit of attention. Your second tip, make a mess intentionally. Sometimes you got to break a few eggs to bake a cake. It's okay. You got to get comfortable with that chaos. Playful chaos, not destructive chaos. We want to do it with the idea that we're going to learn and grow from it. But you got to write that first draft. You got to sketch that weird idea, draw that business model that starts off as a mess, and you're like, wait, how do these things connect, right? And how do we make them work together? Go ahead and make something ugly on purpose, but make something and then hone it, iterate. Remove your fear first, though. You got that idea, get it down. We learned this as kids, but we have forgotten it as adults. When we had the Etch a sketch, we were like, oh, if I go up, I go down. Oh, wait a second, I don't have enough space there to do that. I'm going to shake it. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to try to start over again. I'm going to draw a doggy. I'm going to whatever. That's the way your brain naturally worked as a kid without even thinking about it. Follow that. Leaders aren't the people who avoid the mess. Leaders are the people willing to make it to find the idea that matters. Keep trying until you find that idea. And lastly, put something into the world today, even if it's tiny. That's what I do every morning for a half an hour. I'm putting something out into the world. I feel like I'm putting my good vibes out into the world, and I know they're coming back to me. Absolutely, they're coming back to me through you who get here and get up with me. Your comes through my connections with Keith, John, and Marty over in the lab, and Melissa and Jimmy and all the team at the Mornings in the Lab network that are making these shows happen. And what are they talking about over there today? We're going to toss things over to Keith and John. But today we talked about leading your creativity. Well, Keith is continuing to talk about creativity's final boss, generative AI. We use a lot of it here in the Mornings in the Lab and Kindness Rising for the past 2 years. Keith Billis has been learning and growing with it, making mistakes. Melissa, Jimmy, John, Marty, the whole team, myself, learning as we go. And if you watched it happen, some of you may have watched that happen over time. You know, we've tried everything, every tool, every prompt, every experiment, and somehow we're surviving through it. So Keith is going to help us understand what are the ways that we can learn from his generative AI experience to keep going. That's your show for today. Thank you for joining me here on Kindness Rising. Remember, creativity isn't a luxury. It's actually a leadership skill. It rises when you pay attention. It fades when you ignore it. So allow yourself to play, to explore, and to experiment. Lead your creativity, and it will lead you somewhere meaningful. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the day. Get on over to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. And as always, stay uncommon and stay kind. What if your mornings could be inspiring and ridiculously fun?
Kindness Rising isn't just a show, it's a full wake-up vibe.
It's freaking fun, people.
Yeah, man, it's got real get-after-it energy.
I love it.
Wake up with Kindness Rising.
I help purpose-driven people grow their impact. 5-ingredient recipe to help you build your personal brand. Get out there and take kind action.
If it's live, they'll feel it.
On Kindness Rising, we bring you proven strategies and fresh ideas you can actually use. If you're not failing, you're not trying.
Exactly. Fail fast, rebound faster.
You'll see the bloopers and the genuine connections that make kindness contagious. We sometimes get into a little bit of trouble.
Pretty much my life made the list.
You can trust what you see right here is honest, respectful, and uplifting. Social impact organizations, and we always talk about them. Try kindness. It's way cheaper than therapy. You just made my day.